you do wrong last time? What did you learn from it? And what are you going to do different?
Didn't get enough votes.
Other than that one.
Yeah. Last time was a very different circumstance. For the first, this is just a number that illustrates it. I began in February of 10. Primary was September 14th. In that first 8 months, I raised $200,000. In the next 6 weeks to November 2nd, I raised $2.2 million. It just shows you the level of interest in the race after the primary, after people saw that it was going to be close, after the first poll showed that he was under 50%. So it was a very different thing, and the last 6 weeks were a major rush. We've taken care of one of the things that was an issue was FEC reported, Federal Election Commission reporting, so you report all the contributions you get. And we didn't have the accounting system in place to handle that well. So we hired a consultant this time who's done that from day one. Make sure that we're ready when the deluge comes. Make sure that we have staff who are going to be able to handle press inquiries. Make sure that we're adequately, the infrastructure is there. Beyond that, I think the next big one, and this is going to be something we were talking to Scott Brown about already, is getting people out. So all the polls for all the Republican candidates were off 4 to 6 points because the Democrats did a great job of getting their voters out. They sat at the polling places, they wrote down the names of who showed up, and then they called the other ones 5 times, 6 times until they got them to come to the polls.
Right.
We had nothing like that.
That's right.
And that makes a huge difference. That's a major lesson learned, and that's something we're going to be working on this time.
And that's something, by the way, that I think that if any of you aren't aware of who Bonnie Johnson is in Worcester, you need to know who Bonnie Johnson is, because there's people from different areas here. Bonnie has done a fantastic job at, one, getting the cities and towns in Central Mass to purify their voting records, which they're supposed to do yearly, which in the case of Worcester, they hadn't done in 3 years, and the 90,000+ registered voters went down to 48,000.
Wow. Maybe we can open up to some other questions from the